morning, mon petit. My goodness me, I hope you can hear me. The wind is picking up a little bit. I cannot even begin to tell you how happy I am right now to be outside in nature. There is a beautiful blue sky day today. There is a serious chill in the air, but I'm out the house and I have not been out the house in about 3-4 days. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I have been ill again and I don't know what's wrong with me at the moment, because honestly I have not been ill in the longest time. I've been so lucky not to have gotten sick, and then I've now gotten ill twice in like the last few weeks. I was ill before, had about a week where I felt semi-okay, and then had another week where I've literally just been at home on my sick bed, just trying to recover and take all the vitamins, rest, look after myself, do everything that I need to do to basically get better. But today is the first day where I felt a little bit better, and I thought, you know what's gonna really do me some good? Getting out in nature. I mean, look at this. You cannot tell me that this is not the best medicine for an illness. Honestly, it's just my favorite thing, just getting outside, getting a little bit of fresh air and just breathing it all in. Can we do a little morning walk outfit of the day? Because my goodness me, getting dressed this morning felt really good, even if it is just for a little countryside walk. I've got on my duo boots, which I absolutely adore. These are my countryside duo boots. H&M trousers, my little sheepy jumper from ASOS, which I absolutely adore. It's the coziest thing ever. And my little Barber jacket. Never did I think I would ever prop you up on a little sheet post to show you my outfit of the day, but here we are. As I said, last few days have been a struggle on my sick bed. I'm not gonna lie, I have done what I do best when I've not been feeling well. I have been turning to retail therapy, and I'm not gonna lie, I know it's still very early to be saying the S word, but I feel like I am just ready to start prepping for spring. So one of my favorite things about living here in the UK, and especially living in the countryside, is I feel like you're so surrounded by nature, you're so surrounded by the seasons, and it's so much more obvious. When I used to live in the city, I didn't feel as much of a pull towards each season. Ever since moving to the New Forest, every single season I just lap up, and I love prepping for the coming season. I love getting ready for the season ahead, and you guys know how much I adore spring and summer. They are just my favorites. I really do feel like, as much as I love autumn winter fashion, spring and summer is where I just come alive, because you just can get outside so much more. I can do my gardening again, like going on lovely morning walks. It is so chilly this morning, honestly. I don't know if you can hear, I'm a little bit out of breath. Got a little bit of a pink nose, but I just really wanted to get outside this morning. So yes, I've been doing a little bit of retail therapy and basically a bit of pre-spring prep, I think we should call it. Prepping my home for spring, prepping my wardrobe for spring. We've had a lot of online deliveries arrive this week that I need to show you, and it feels so good to be vlogging again, to be picking up the camera and chatting to you. I'm sorry if you can hear it in my voice, because I do feel like my voice still sounds a little bit like husky. I always get a little bit husky whenever I'm ill, so yeah, I feel like I need to put the camera down. I'm still a little bit breathless, still a little bit on the verge of the illness, but we're outside in nature, and honestly, I can't think of anything better. That was literally therapy for the soul. I cannot tell you how good it feels after not crossing the threshold, not leaving the house for about 4 days. I can't tell you how good it feels to be out in nature, the sun shining, the wind whipping up, giving me the pinkest cheeks ever. I'm feeling very windswept now, but so much better for just getting outside, stretching my legs. I'm not gonna lie, I did stop by the bakery on the way home and pick up a little sweet treat for Alex and I, because you can't walk past the bakery and not pick yourself something up, especially when you're still lingering with a little bit of a cold. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but there might be a lot of cuts in this clip. I feel like the cough, she wants to cough. So, plan of action for today. I'm still very much going to be taking it slow, taking it easy. The last few days, I have really struggled to do that. I am someone who hates not being productive. I hate rest. I hate just like slobbing on the sofa. It is my least favorite thing in the entire world. So I have been pottering around the house and doing the biggest pre-spring clean I think I have ever done in my entire life. Alex has literally been getting home from work being like, so what have we been cleaning today? Honestly, you would not believe my kitchen cabinets. Right now, everything is so tidy. All of the drawers are so organized. My wardrobe has been organized. Our bedroom has been organized. I feel like going into the new season, the house is feeling so refreshed and so revitalized. I just need to catch up with that myself and actually make sure that I am 100%. But I do want to get out of the house and I want to just have a little wander around the antique centre, because there's nothing I love more than a slow, easy day, making myself a flask of coffee, having a little ponder, having a little peruse, and just seeing what's new in. Because the thing with antique shopping, it's not like going shopping in a beautiful boutique or like a gorgeous homeware store. It's very much having to like rummage through and find that diamond in the rough. But when you find your diamond, whew, is it worth it? I love adding really unique antique pieces into the house, things that I know have a history that I can't buy anywhere else, that I can't replicate. I love adding pieces into our home like that. And I have to say, it's so weird thinking about the fact that this month is 1 year that we've lived in the house. We have been in the house for 12 months now, and it just blows my mind. I feel like it has gone like that, yet at the same time, I feel like we have lived in this house forever. The second we moved in, we just felt so settled. We felt so at home and like where we belonged, where we were supposed to be, which I know sounds really, really weird, but anyone that's like kind of in their dream house, I feel like will completely understand what I mean. And I do feel like we've done a lot in a year, but at the same time, there's still so many little things here and there that I just want to tweak or change or add to, and I always love doing so from antique centres and from antiques markets, because it just feels so special adding those pieces into your house. So I'm gonna have a little wander. I do actually have, before I go, something to unbox with you guys, a rather exciting new delivery, which I feel like is so welcome right now, because oh my goodness, why is it whenever you are ill, you just get so dry? And I have been relying so heavily on all of my L'Occitane products, my L'Occitane Bubble Bath, my L'Occitane serums, my L'Occitane moisturizers, and they have so kindly sent over a top up of my favorite. This is the Creme Menthe hand cream, and oh my goodness me, this is the best hand cream in the world. I've been watching lots of TikToks, and one thing that I love on TikTok, a really big trend at the moment, in fact, it might not even actually be a trend. That's the thing with TikTok, is I feel like your algorithm just knows you so well. It serves you things that you think everyone's being served, and they're not. And for me, it's all about elevated style, chic fashion. I love the TikToks where people talk about things that they find effortlessly chic, and it's just like a carousel of things that are really chic. Things like short nails, things like having a comb in your handbag, and of course, a beautiful hand cream. And I have to say, I think this is the chicest, most luxurious hand cream you could ever own. This would make a great gift. In fact, it's my sister's birthday coming up at the end of February, and I might have to buy her a top up of this because she loves this as well. It's so perfect just to like keep on your desk when you're working where you start getting a little bit dry. I love giving my hands a little moisturize, and oh, the packaging of this is just so beautiful in the classic metal tin, but it also does come in a little handbag friendly version in the more easily kind of like squeeze outable packaging, which I do love as well. So I'm gonna pop this straight in my handbag, straight in my little Dior makeup bag, which you know I am loving using at the moment. It just makes life so much easier. Just grab it and go, and then whatever handbag I'm using, I have everything ready with me. So a little handbag version and the full-size version, where I am just doing everything I can at the moment just to try and make me feel better in terms of like physical health, but also in terms of those little luxuries that just really add to it. So some lovely top-ups to add back into my collection. And I think I'm gonna make myself a flask of coffee and head out to the antique centre. I'm so looking forward to just having a little wander around, having a little bit of a mooch, and again, getting out of the house, because it's all I'm craving doing at the moment. it is safe to say that I had a very successful visit at the antiques market yesterday. They had so many gorgeous new in pieces. I feel like whenever you're antique shopping, go to like a flea market or secondhand, things like that, it's very hit or miss. Sometimes you find beautiful, incredible pieces. Sometimes you come away with nothing. And I could have come away with so much more than I actually did. There was really beautiful like jugs, gorgeous crockery that I fell in love with, some really cute little like homey details, which I may have taken away with me. One thing they actually had, which I got very, very excited about, is a box of photo frames. And I've been really wanting to add more photo frames around the house with actual like personalized photos in them, because I just feel like it really makes a house a home. In fact, actually, I need to show you some updates behind me of a few things that I bought whilst I was on my sick bed. So let me show you the photo frames that I picked up, because I actually love them. These two I thought was such a find, especially considering how well they match the photo frame behind me. This is one that I got Alex for his birthday last year, and we absolutely adore it. I really love like deep mahogany wood, especially with this gold trim. I just thought was so, so beautiful. I am going to need to see if I can find a border online. I'm going to need to measure them because I'm not entirely sure what the sizes are. They obviously don't really have any kind of detailing to them. This one's got an actual like stand to it. This one's going to have to go on a wall. But I feel like adding that kind of border to a photo frame, especially if you are just putting like a photo in it, it just makes it feel so much more expensive. And then nobody's going to know that these were just antique finds. Nobody's going to know that these were secondhand. So I got those. I then got a couple of these gorgeous like bronzy ones. I'm not entirely sure where these are going to go. Again, they're ones that just stand up, but I thought that could be really cute. Like maybe 2 photos of Alex and I, maybe some family photos. Maybe that one could go in our bedroom. I'm not entirely sure, but I thought that was really, really lovely. I loved the like bronzy colorway to them. That was gorgeous. I then fell in love with this one. Oh my goodness me. This one actually came with packaging as well. And it's got the beautiful like braided detailing to it. And there is something about a circular photo frame that just feels very antique, very vintage, very like 1950s. It's the kind of thing my granny used to have in her house, and I absolutely adore that. So I feel like a nice photo of Alex and I, or maybe the photo that I've got of Alex from the wedding, that could be or maybe the photo I've got of Alex from my sister's wedding, that could be really cute. That could be very my sweetheart in a photo frame kind of vibes. I think that's lovely. And then the find, this was my most exciting find, a Laura Ashley frame, which I just adore. It's a silver plated photo frame, and it's really handy because this one actually tells me the size, so I know what to print out when it comes to the actual photos. And I love the frame of this. It's like a really beautiful like deep, really like greyish green. In some lights I feel like it's going to look grey, and in some lights I feel like you're going to see the green in it. And I love the silver trim. I just thought that was so, so beautiful and an amazing find considering how affordable they all were. I think most of them were about £2–3, which is incredible. So I picked up those, and I also picked up something which I will include a clip of because I'm not going to be able to lift it, because it is a rather large storage bench for the hallway. I've popped it straight into the hallway, and as soon as Alex saw it, he got very, very excited because I have been on the hunt for a bench or just like a seat or somewhere that we can sit and put our shoes on, because at the moment, up until now, we've been having to sit on the stairs. And you know, sometimes you have complicated shoes with like laces or boots or things like that. Like sometimes you do need to sit to put your shoes on, and when you're sitting on the stairs, it is so annoying for the other person because obviously my wardrobes are upstairs. Sometimes I want to change my coat. Sometimes I've forgotten something upstairs and I need to like run back up, and whoever's sitting on the stairs is obviously like right in the way. So I've been wanting for the longest time to get a gorgeous bench for the hallway, but something that isn't too imposing, something that doesn't take up too much space. And I feel like this bench is the perfect size. I love how antique it looks. Like it literally looks so bashed about. It looks like it's been in someone's boot room for decades. I love the wicker kind of rattan seat that it's got on it, and then it's also got baskets underneath for storage, which I just think is so, so handy. So you can put in things like umbrellas or bags when you're running to the grocery store. So it's just super handy, and I feel like has filled that gap. We have been after something like that for the longest time, so I'm so, so happy. So fair to say, a very successful antique shopping trip. Honestly, there is nothing more satisfying than finding that perfect piece that fills a gap. Now I've also had a bit of an online delivery that has arrived today. I feel like they're just going to be trickling in now over the next couple of weeks. All of the pieces that I ordered whilst I was on my sick bed, and these I have had push notifications turned on for, I want to say decades, it feels like at this point, 4 weeks, because as soon as I saw these, I fell in love. I feel like these are the best Soho home dupe I have ever seen. Now, when it comes to cushions, it is cushions, isn't it? I always get it wrong. I always say pillows or cushions. I get them so muddled up. It's the dyslexic brain. They're kind of the same thing to me, but throw cushions. They must be cushions, right? Anyway, terminology aside, when it comes to throw cushions for things like your sofa, your bed, I always love decorating with them. They can get really, really spenny, and you can spend a lot of money on them. M&S, I feel like, do the most incredible, really high-end looking cushions for a really amazing price. Where's the label? It should tell me here. These were £19.50, including the insert, which I honestly think is amazing, and it does feel like a really good, like really squishy, lovely insert. They're a beautiful velvet with the most gorgeous trim detail, which I feel like really adds that like texture to the cushions in the most amazing forest green. Now, they do have a few different colors, and the forest green was the only color that was sold out for the longest time. They had like a really lovely creamy color. I think they had a pink, a red, a blue, a black. I'll leave them linked down below if you want to have a check out, because I feel like no matter what your color scheme is, you'll find these in your colorway. I, of course, have been waiting for the longest time for the forest green to come back in stock. So as I was on my sick bed and received the notifications that they had come back, I could not have ordered them any more quickly. I am so excited to add these to the living room space. I feel like I really needed that like deep, rich forest green. I feel like that was really missing. So I obviously picked up two, and I want to just have a little bit of a play about with this space. I've been, as I said, already adding and like kind of like altering a few things and just pottering about the house, titivating, organizing, doing anything I can to keep myself sane. But I feel like these are going to be such a perfect addition onto the sofa. There is nothing I love more than new cushions and just refreshing the space, especially for the coming season. Oh, now what do we think of this addition? I love how deep and rich and earthy these cushions are. Let me know if you think I've done it kind of like the right way round. I'm a big believer that you can just never have too many cushions, especially on a sofa. I just love getting really lovely and cozy. I love like tucking them under my arms, leaning on them, and just getting really lovely and snuggly. This is Alex's spot on the sofa, and then I usually end up sitting in the middle. So I feel like I need to have like something either side of me so that I can really squish myself in. I usually just like pop my feet up on the coffee table, put my drinks down on the coffee table, and then we can kind of snuggle a little bit more. This is actually called the Cloud Sunday sofa from Snug, and it really is such a snuggly sofa. It's one that I absolutely adore. It's in a beautiful taupey color, which I feel like is a really, really versatile color, because no matter what you add to it, it just kind of like embodies that colorway and just really soaks up whatever accents you add. I've done red with this sofa, which works really, really well. I've done blue with this sofa, which I really, really loved, and now green I just think is my absolute favorite. I am worried that there is a lot of cushions on here, but as I said, I just absolutely adore them. So we've got the gorgeous new ones from M&S Home, which I just absolutely adore. These are a William Morris cushion, which I think I also got from M&S Home. I believe John Lewis do these as well. And then a beautiful Laura Ashley cushion, which is one of the softest cushions. I love this one. It's got really, really beautiful floral detailing to it, and then a gorgeous green back. We then have a couple from a brand called Ultimi Home. She does the most beautiful cushion covers. I absolutely adore them. This was a limited edition one from her, and then this is called the Lydia print, and I really, really love the size of this. I do want to get a few more of these kind of bolster cushions. This like smaller size I think is really lovely just to pop on chairs as a bit of an accent on the bed and things like that. And then, as I said, I had a few little updates to show you, which I am so in love with. I'm not gonna lie, we have been struggling for the longest time with this wall behind the sofa. Alex really wanted to put a big canvas print there. I was debating whether to do paneling, but because paneling's not actually traditional to this house, it would have felt really, really fake. And I do feel like modern paneling can look a bit out of place in an older home. So for the longest time, we were really struggling with what to do. And I actually watched a TikTok where someone was talking about putting a console table behind their sofa. Now, this isn't a console table, it's actually a radiator cover, which we've had for the longest time. And it just protects the radiator behind the sofa. It means it doesn't knock into it. And I thought, oh, that could be an idea, is to decorate it and style it up as if it were a console table. And I have to say, I am really happy with how the styling has come along. So I've added my little tree. This is an olive tree from Ochre that I've had for the longest time. I think I've had it since our flat, and everyone always compliments it. It looks really, really realistic. Such a beautiful one. Obviously a little bit more spenny, but sometimes I do think it's worth it. When I compare this to my more affordable olive tree, I can't keep them in the same room. I'm not gonna lie, because there is just no comparison. This looks so much better. I've then just popped underneath a couple of White Company coffee table books. These are always my favorite books to have a look through for inspiration. I absolutely adore them. I've then just added a little box. This is actually the box that Alex's chess set came in, and it's so gorgeous, this beautiful like wooden color. And then obviously we've got the chess set sitting on the coffee table behind me, so it's really lovely that we can keep that there now, because it just means that it's kind of got a pride of place. And I love the wooden detailing. Like, look at the dovetail trim, that is just beautiful. And then I've actually added a few photos as well. As I said, I really want to add more photos around the house, and I actually ordered these frames from Amazon. So they were super affordable, definitely not quite as affordable as the antique ones, but if antique's not really your vibe, these are beautiful. I'll leave them linked down below. I love the like wooden detailing on this, and then the silver. Oh my goodness, I really, really love these little kind of like silver. They're very much like sweetheart photo frames, which I just think is so, so lovely. I'm sure they won't mind me showing you, but these are photos from Emily and James's wedding, which I just thought was really nice to do. It's almost like a little set. So we've got Alex and I'm wearing a beautiful Hobbs dress with a gorgeous little Suzanne handbag. I loved my outfit for this wedding, I'm not going to lie. And then some really cute photos of me with Emily, and then me and Alex with James as well. The groom, honestly, it was such a lovely day, and it's really, really lovely to have those memories from that day and just to see them behind us on the sofa. This is what I love about adding photos, is it really adds character to the home and just adds your personality. Alex has requested a few more, in his words, candid photos. So I think more selfies, more just kind of out and about, because as lovely as it is to have those formal ones, he says, you know, we want more photos just of like day-to-day life. So I'm definitely not against that, and so happy with how this area is now looking. I always get loads of questions about this lamp as well. The base is actually from Dunelm, and the shade is actually from John Lewis, but I have seen on M&S Home, they have released a beautiful, really similar version with a patterned lampshade. I'll leave it linked down below if you want to have a look at it. But yes, I'm so, so happy with how this area is just like coming together, how much more personal and cozy it looks. There's nothing I love more than adding personality into our home. Now, I know I said it was going to be a day at home today. I am just gonna nip out quickly to run a couple of errands, one of which I do every single season. I thought I would tell you about, seeing as though we are very much shopping for spring, planning for the current season, getting ready for transitional period. One thing I like to do ahead of each transitional season is to actually run to the dry cleaners with my seasonal coats. So these are my seasonal jackets, trench coats that I actually like to take to the dry cleaners basically twice a year, and then I try and do this with my winter coats as well when the season's just about to start, and then afterwards when the season ends as well, because I don't know about you, but I love coats. I wear them absolutely everywhere. I'm going into London, I'm here in the New Forest, it's muddy, it's dirty, you're sitting on park benches, you're going in the car, like your coats go through a lot, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of bacteria on there. There's probably a lot that just kind of like needs cleaning and needs getting out, whereas obviously you can't pop these in the washing machine. You can't actually wash them yourself. They need dry cleaned. So I always like to do this before the season. So I've got here my Burberry trench, which I cannot wait to wear. Honestly, as soon as it's trench coat season, this baby comes out and is pretty much all you ever see me wearing. I then also have my gorgeous Suzanne trench, which I absolutely adore, in the most beautiful like sagey pistachio green color of the season. Very, very excited to get my wear out of her. She's a little bit warmer than the Burberry as well, so I do really like her. And then this is the perfect transitional coat. This is my Sandro. It's also kind of trench coat-esque, but definitely a little bit thicker. It's not waterproof, so I don't like wearing this on a rainy day, but this is perfect in that kind of transitional season where you don't want to wear like a woolen coat. It's definitely not cold enough for that, but it's not quite warm enough for a trench. You just want something in between. She is perfect, and she's lovely and smart, great for like London days, great for meetings when you just want to elevate your outfit. So I'm going to run out to the dry cleaners and take these to go and get professionally cleaned so that they are ready ahead of the coming season. Back home from the dry cleaners now, and it's always so satisfying knowing that that like job has been done ahead of the coming season, knowing that the pieces are going to be ready for when the weather does start to warm up, when we do start to bring out the trench coats, that they're nice and clean and refresh. And it just makes them feel a bit like brand new again. Do you know what I mean? Like, it means that I just get to enjoy and appreciate the pieces that I already have in my wardrobe. I realized as well, actually, as I just walked in, I haven't shown you another little update, another Amazon photo frame purchase that I've added into the kitchen because we have no photos in the kitchen. Have I shown you actually this update? I got this for Christmas and I absolutely adore it. I added it onto just the side of the kitchen wall, and I really want to do like a full gallery eventually. I think would look amazing. It's a gorgeous oak tree, and I love these like beautiful, really unique antique pieces. This was a gift from my mum. No idea where she got it from. This was an antique purchase back in, goodness me, summertime I think it was, which I absolutely adore. And then it's really nice to add that in with like some more, I don't know, modern yet antique looking pieces. The fact that I was able to shop these on Amazon, I absolutely adore. So I'll leave this one again linked down below. This is another wedding that we attended. This was Alex's brother's wedding in Portofino, which is why it's so tropical and beautiful. I do quite like having black and white prints as well. I always feel like it just makes it look so, I don't know, so chic and elegant, but I didn't want all the photos to be black and white. So this has reminded me I need to get more photos printed off so that I can fill the new photo frames. I love how this looks in the kitchen though as well. It's just beside my little diffuser, which Alex got me for Christmas. H&M bars, chopping board. I always love just having these like little styling moments. I feel like a kitchen full of clutter is a kitchen full of love. That's what my mum used to always say. So I love that we've added some photos into the kitchen now as well. There's an aeroplane going overhead, and it's always really weird when planes go overhead because we don't get a lot, but there is a private airfield nearby, so I think it must be a private plane that's going. Anyway, I have just had a very exciting delivery arrive. Another little sickbed purchase, another retail therapy necessity to add into my spring wardrobe, and you guys are going to absolutely die over this. I actually remember seeing this. It was featured when I went to a Hobbs event. It was last May that I first saw this, and it was a little bit delayed in the production, but it has finally been released. And I actually very, very kindly had a message from the Hobbs team saying, just to let you know, we remember how much you adored this when you came to the event. It is now in stock. And to say I couldn't have picked it up any quicker, I could not have added it into my basket any faster, is an understatement, because this, it's actually a two-piece set, is the most beautiful two-piece set I think I have ever laid my eyes on. I mean, look at this blazer, the most perfect little tweed, very Dior inspired blazer. And you guys know me, you know there is nothing I love more than a high street item that looks high end. There is nothing I love more than when someone compliments me on my outfit, thinking I'm going to say that it's from Dior, or it's from Chanel, or it's from a really, really expensive brand. For me to turn around and say a high street name always gets people so excited, myself included. So it's got this really beautiful little belt. It has this ever so slight kind of peplum detail, so really beautiful like waist detail, which I absolutely love. It is completely covered in material. There is no hardware, which I feel like really adds to the kind of elegance of it, adds to that very Dior style. And it actually has, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, it's a really slight shimmer to it. So it's a gorgeous, like really light green color. And I feel like this could be a beautiful wedding guest outfit, a beautiful like spring day in London outfit. I'm definitely envisioning this for maybe some London events that I've got coming up over the coming seasons. I think this would be so, so beautiful for like a luncheon. Absolutely gorgeous. And of course, you can wear the jacket by itself. You can wear it with jeans. You could wear it with a slip skirt. You could wear it with so many different options. Or you could choose to wear it with the matching dress. This I think was what was mainly delayed. It was the dress that actually got delayed in production. The most beautiful matching sagey green shimmering dress. Oh my goodness me. I actually love the fact that the top is so understated. Like there's barely any detail to this top, which obviously means that the jacket can do the talking. This is the piece de resistance, but this just matches so perfectly underneath. I love the detailing to the skirt, the shimmer to it. I feel like you can see a little bit more in the dress because of the material, and the pleated skirt is just so elegant. It's so regal, so Dior. Oh my goodness me. This is the kind of piece that I feel like you add into your wardrobe and you keep forever. You bring out for really special occasions. It's one of those items that you literally pass down to your daughters, to your granddaughters. This is just the definition of timeless elegance and the perfect piece to add into my spring wardrobe. Oh, I cannot wait to wear this. Oh my goodness me, this set. I feel like I have peaked. This is the best thing I could be shopping for spring right now. It is all downhill from here. Look at this beautiful, elegant, elevated set. I cannot get over the structure that it gives, how timeless. I feel like I've stepped foot straight out of like the 1950s, but like in the best way possible. This is the epitome of an ageless piece. I'm right now in my 20s. I can picture ladies in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, their 60s wearing and rocking this. And it's the kind of piece that I feel like you can dress up for a wedding, or you can dress down, as I say, for like meetings, heading into London. You can mix and match the pieces. I've actually just popped it on with the gorgeous little New Look sling bags that I showed you in my last haul, which I know so many of you guys absolutely adore, and I feel like it makes it very daytime-esque, very like lunchtime meeting. But if I was to style this up for a wedding, I actually feel like the Suzanne bag that you saw in that photo would be perfect. Some little espadrilles, some little heels. I feel like this would be perfect if you've got quite an early in the season wedding. I'm thinking like March, April, even May here in the UK can still be very chilly. It can be really difficult to add like layers, beautiful layers to your wedding guest outfit. I do have a couple of weddings coming up that this could be perfect for, but I definitely think for like meetings, heading into London, beautiful lunches, this is just going to be absolutely perfect. I can also definitely see myself mixing and matching the pieces, wearing the dress by itself in summer for some beautiful like garden parties or anything like that. The jacket I think would look incredible with a pair of white jeans. You guys know that white denim is very in at the moment, and I feel like I could casual the jacket down but still make it very meeting appropriate, like heading into London appropriate, very Dior off-duty kind of vibes. Honestly, this looks like it is a Dior outfit and I absolutely adore it for that. I also just can't get over the beautiful silhouettes that it gives me. Like, look at the structure on the shoulders, and I do not have very like structured shoulders, so I always need something to give me a little bit more kind of elevation in my bodice without having like actual padding details. It's just beautifully like military structure with a gorgeous little cinched in waist. I do have a bit of room actually as well, so I can cinch it in further if I want, or I can loosen it if I want. I feel like you can just go to town with the kind of like personalization of this. I honestly feel like I have peaked. This is the best item I could be adding into my wardrobe this spring. It is just so gorgeous. Look at that movement in the skirt. I just can't help myself. I just want to literally like float around and just twirl about in it. I could not be more in love. I am being very naughty right now. Everybody has to promise me, we've all got to pinky promise that we're not going to tell Alex about this, because we'll be having dinner in about an hour. But I suddenly remembered that I had this in the freezer, and when there is Ben & Jerry's in the freezer, the Ben & Jerry's has to be eaten. I actually had a lovely little visitor whilst I was on my sick bed. My little brother came over to see how I was doing, cheer me up a little bit, and brought 2 tubs of my favourite Ben & Jerry's ice cream fish food, which honestly is just incredible. It's the chocolatey ice cream with marshmallow swirls, caramel swirls, and chocolatey fish-shaped chunks. This is my number one. In fact, let me know what your favorite Ben & Jerry's ice cream is, because I feel like they do ice cream like nobody else. I love Baked Alaska, but it's one that I don't know if they've discontinued, because I swear I never see it in the supermarkets anymore. But I'm just gonna have a couple of spoonfuls, because today has been like the first proper day back into work mode, and I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking. I feel like I do need to rest my voice this evening and to have a little bit of a chilled one after a bit of a full-on day. Good day, but a bit of a full-on day. So I'm gonna go enjoy a couple of spoonfuls of this and just have a lovely, cozy evening. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I'll see you on Thursday for another fashion one, and then every Monday going forward, we will not be missing any more vlogs from here on out. I promise you that. So I hope we have the loveliest, I promise you that. So I hope you have the loveliest evening, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.